The Volkswagen Beetle's journey began in 1938 in Nazi-era Germany, designed as the people's car, an affordable ride for the masses. But the outbreak of World War II put a hold on production, and the factory turned towards wartime manufacturing. The car's future seemed uncertain. Then came Major Ivan Hirst, a British officer who, rather surprisingly, became the Beetle's unexpected savior. Instead of shutting factories down, he revived them and restarted Beetle production after the war. It's kind of like a war hero, but with a wrench instead of a gun. In the aftermath of the war, the Beetle gradually started rolling off the assembly line again. By the 1950s, it was everywhere. Germany, Australia, South Africa, Brazil, Mexico, each country embracing the Beetle and even putting their own spin on it, whether that meant nicknames like Fusca or Vocho, or custom local tweaks. By 1972, the Beetle hit a production milestone, outpacing the Ford Model T to become the most produced car model worldwide. It's amazing to think a humble Beetle with its rear-mounted engine could overshadow the legendary car that ushered in the automotive age. Besides its friendly, rounded face, the Beetle was engineered for resilience and simplicity. Here's a fun nugget. It used an air-cooled flat-4 engine, also called a boxer engine, where the cylinders lie flat and oppose each other, providing better balance and a lower center of gravity. This design helped the Beetle handle roads better and made servicing easier, even for non-mechanics. Its air cooling meant fewer problems with overheating, an advantage in harsh climates and tough terrain. Plus, early Beetles featured a modest 1.1-liter engine, sipping fuel efficiently but reliably, making it great for both city streets and country roads. Volkswagen's advertising in the 60s was the perfect match for their little quirky car. Their campaigns leaned into self-deprecating humor and honesty, embracing the Beetle's odd shape and small size as a badge of honor. They made you feel like owning a Beetle was a clever choice, something witty people did. Investments in the car's evolution led to the Super Beetle in 1972, which improved suspension and increased the fuel tank size, a response to drivers who wanted a bit more comfort and range, but without losing the Beetle's soul. By the 60s, the Beetle transcended transportation. It became a canvas for counterculture. Painted with flowers, peace signs, and psychedelic swirls, it was everywhere on the roads of San Francisco and beyond. The cinematic star Herbie from the Love Bug series brought the Beetle into pop culture hearts worldwide. Suddenly, this Beetle wasn't just transport. It was a spunky character, racing against odds and winning people's affection. While production ended in Europe by 1978, Latin America kept the Beetle rolling well into the early 2000s. Mexican Vochos served as iconic taxis that every local recognized, while Brazilian Fuscas became immediate family members in countless homes. In some parts of the world, the Beetle was more than a car. It was a reliable workhorse and a symbol of accessible mobility. Time for a quick tech deep dive. The Beetle's air-cooled engine removed the need for bulky radiators and coolant systems, which in turn lowered maintenance costs and mechanical issues, particularly in hot or dusty environments. Another clever design element was its torsion bar suspension, which gave it surprising ride comfort despite its small frame. That, combined with the rear engine design, gave it great traction, especially uphill, a big plus for countries with bumpy rural roads. And get this. The last original Beetles used a 1.6-liter engine producing around 50 horsepower, modest by today's standards, but enough to keep the Beetle humble yet peppy on highways and city streets alike. Beyond practicalities, the Beetle inspired countless artists and musicians who saw it as a symbol of freedom and creativity. It appeared on album covers, was the centerpiece of art installations, and served as a mobile canvas for everything from psychedelic murals to political statements. Speaking of iconic, the Beatles' famous Abbey Road album cover features a classic Beetle parked right in the background, an accidental but now legendary cameo linking two quintessential symbols of the 60s. As the automotive world modernized in the 70s and 80s, the Beetle's classic design gradually became a throwback. Production ceased in Germany in 1978, but lingered on in Mexico and Brazil for decades. Then, Volkswagen revived the spirit of the Beetle with the new Beetle in 1997, a modern reinterpretation that combined nostalgic design with contemporary comforts. It wasn't just a car comeback, it was a reaffirmation of the Beetle's place in hearts worldwide. Whether restored to showroom shine or rusted with patina, the Beetle remains a symbol of simplicity, resilience, and joy. It connects generations, cultures, and stories, testament to a design that's as much about people as it is about parts. Spotting a Beetle today is a glimpse into a shared history filled with innovation, personal stories, and an enduring celebration of a car that truly traveled the world. Fast forward to 1997, when Volkswagen surprised the world by unveiling the new Beetle, a fresh take on an old favorite that fused classic style with modern comforts. The iconic rounded silhouette stayed true, but under the hood, it was a completely modern car designed for 21st century drivers. This meant airbags, anti-lock brakes, fuel-injected engines, and modern suspension, features the original Beetle could only dream of. It was like your grandparents showing up at a party in a leather jacket, still the same charm, but with some seriously upgraded style. Built on Volkswagen's Golf platform, the new Beetle offered better handling, improved safety, and more power. Volkswagen didn't stop there. They introduced convertible versions to give drivers an open-air experience, and performance enthusiasts got a turbocharged RSI model boasting close to 200 horsepower, with crisp suspension tuning that turned the Beetle into a surprisingly fun little sports car. In 2011, Volkswagen gave the new Beetle a significant facelift, updating the exterior with sharper, more aggressive styling, while still honoring its classic curves. The front got a wider grille and sleeker headlights, making it look bolder and more modern without losing that beloved silhouette. Inside, the cabin received better materials, a redesigned dashboard, and improved infotainment systems, bringing it in line with competitors while keeping its playful personality intact. Performance-wise, engines ranged from a 1.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder to a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine in later models, pushing horsepower figures up to 230 in some trims. Volkswagen also updated the suspension system for a smoother, more responsive ride, perfect for both city cruising and weekend drives. Despite its updates, changing consumer tastes and a shift toward SUVs led Volkswagen to announce the end of Beetle production in 2019. But the car had already sparked a whole new wave of love and collector enthusiasm, proof that the Beetle's charm is timeless. From its humble beginnings to its modern rebirth and final bow, the Beetle remains a symbol of innovation, personality, and the joy of driving. Whether classic or new, it still has a place in hearts and garages worldwide. That's the Volkswagen Beetle's amazing journey, a humble car that grew into a global legend. If you've got a Beetle story or dream, share it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Motability for more captivating automotive tales. Because here, every vehicle has a story, and the Beetle's legacy is one for the ages.